All right, man. Monty Williams assembles his staff, and some people think it's impressive. Let's talk about it. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live or drop the video. So yeah. So he got a little impressive staff going here. Um, so I mean, it's important. You know, because if something happened, especially his wife, being having cancer, I send all the prayers out to her and all the bell wishes out to her. Um, you know, so you never know. And having a guy like Steven Silas, on the staff, I think is great. Everybody don't get it the first time. You know what I'm saying? I will say that everybody don't get it the first time. You know, that's what I will say. Everybody don't get it the first time. So I think Steven Silas could still be a hell of a coach in this league. So just because just because it didn't work out the first time, don't mean a lot of times the organization can make a mistake. You know what I'm saying? Um, you know, it might not have been the right situation for him or whatever. So and sometimes a young team and a young coach, you better off with a veteran team and a young coach. It might sound stupid sometimes, but sometimes it's better what it is. Them young guys be hard to manage, and that's kind of what happened with Brian Shaw in Denver a little bit. That's what happened with Brian Shaw in Denver. A lot of them didn't have veterans on the team. That was kind of when the league was starting to turn over to the young guys, into a young league, the veteran leagues to a young lead, and they was just tuning them out. But Monty been around the block. A lot of people felt that they should have went with a younger coach. I disagree with that. I think they should have went with the experienced, seasoned coach. They agree with me. Um, because guess what? You got a young team that's looking to develop, which Monty ain't all that old at 51. Shit, you know what I'm saying? But they agree with me. They went with a seasoned coach, a proven coach. Young coach, he trying to find this. Well, how you gonna have the young and blind leading the blind? That just didn't make no sense to me. So, but yeah. But it says Monty Williams sends impressive staff. Shout out to Danny Bennett on Piston Power. Usually it's Aaron Keller stress writing these things, the ones that I usually kind of target. But all right, let's go. So it says that my bad, I'm in the wrong queue. So basically, Monty Williams assembles impressive staffs. It says when you build your coach staff, it's always best to look to those close to you, and precisely where Monty Williams started. Hold over from his former Phoenix Suns staff, changed the culture in Phoenix, including Mark Brian Randall, Steve Scales. While it's not confirmed that Jared Jack will be part of the Williams staff, he was present at the coaching staff, making it seems all but official. I heard that he is part of the staff, by the way. Houston Rockets let go Steven Silas as a team declined his fourth-year option, making him one of the hottest candidates in the league as assistant head coach. He's the assistant head coach. He's the lead assistant during his 3-year tenure. The Rockets Silas finished 59 and 177. However, looking beyond the record, the Rockets have yet to get out the rebuild mode since trading James Harden to Brooklyn, making anything more than a quarter, 25%, 250%, quarter. Winning percentage is a tough task as the Pistons are in the midst of a rebuild themselves, and Silas should feel right with Williams' staff. Former 76ers coach Dan Duke Burks and Spencer Rivers, Doc's son, were also added to the Pistons coaching staff. Burke was a defensive coach during his tenure with the 76ers, and Rivers focused on player development. Both proved as areas of need for the Pistons last season with such a young roster, and Motown player development was likely one of the highest bullet points on Williams. You would be hard pressed to find a more suitable candidate than Rivers, who's been working with this year's MVP, Joel Embiid. Jamil McMillan brings a wealth of knowledge from various roles, including learning from his father, Nate McMillan starting as a coaching intern for New Orleans Pelicans in 13-14. McMillan worked his way up from being named the head coach in 2017-18. Since McMillan has been assistant coach with the Suns, Pelicans, again, and most recently the Atlanta Hawks. With the young team in their own right, the Hawks have made the playoffs in the previous 3 seasons. So adding McMillan to the Pistons staff, coaching staff, provides even more postseason knowledge and success. So I mean, cool. I mean, he got a nice staff. I mean, Jared Jack, you got some legacy guys on there. Nate McMillan's son. You got Doc Rivers' son on there. I thought that he would be a good candidate for the Pistons too. A lot of people say, well, he don't know to make adjustments in the playoffs. Hey, if he get us to the playoffs, we just cross that bridge. We get there. Um, I'll be happy with that at this point. But yeah, he got a good staff, and it seemed like Tom Gores opened up his wallet. You know, it seemed like Tom Gores opened up his wallet. So hey, um, I can get jiggy with that. Um, so yeah, I like what they've done so far with the staff. Like what they've done so far with the off season. Now can they entice guys to come play here, or not even just I don't think that's the number one thing. I think can they get the right guys? Can they get the right system? A right system of players to come here. So you go spend a bunch of money and get the guys who don't fit what you're trying to do. So can they go out here and get the right guys and be successful is the $1 million question. The right fit. And if you don't get the right fit of guys, can you mold them into being the right fitting systems, the right system? And some of the guys in Phoenix, they was able to make them fit. And it seemed like James Jones had a great idea on how he wanted those guys to fit the system. That's what I liked. He knew exactly kind of like what they needed around Chris Paul and what they needed around, player A, B, C, D, E, F, G. He knew exactly what they needed. And that's what I liked about it. He knew exactly what they needed. And can the Pistons do the same thing? That's the $1 million questions. Can the Pistons do the same thing? You know, so hopefully they can, hopefully they can figure it out. Hopefully they can figure it out. But we have to wait and see. Let me know what you girls and guys think. Check out Detroit Piston Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Subscribe button, hit the bell icon button, hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live or drop a video. Financially, you want to support the channel, Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in description. Hit the link tree, find me on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole nine. Or just Spotify and Anchor. I'm sorry. Don't forget to check out my other channel, Motor City Sport. Goodfella TV, right here on YouTube for more sports, music, news, and entertainment around the world. Peace.